me to stand before you. And this report, I don't know whether we'll be able to play whether we should play the videos or not, because the video is 12 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, 12 minutes. It's more or less an introduction to Southern Asia Division. And the other part is just pictures and some facts and figures. Maybe if I'm going to be given 10 minutes, I think.
We will have, unfortunately.
I thought it would be 30 minutes, so I was ready for that. Yeah.
Do you want to start playing? We play for a bit and
Okay.
start to halfway through?
Okay, let's get only just a piece. Because if we play the videos, you'll not get the facts and figure from Southern Asia. Okay.
We'll fast forward at some point, okay?
Okay, this is India. Just fast forward it.
And arriving in New Delhi, India. We have just covered 7,337 miles. In other words, we
Just-
are now almost halfway across the world.
Yeah, it just push forward.
Images you will see
Okay. Okay, just push forward.
for these people living in these crowds.
Just push forward.
And Bhutan,
Okay.
in India, each year is higher
Okay, just
than the total population of Australia.
Okay,
More than half
just
of that
push.
population is under 25 years old. India boasts that it has the largest
Just
rail
push,
network in
push.
Asia. Boom, wherever they wish. They
Yeah,
even have
push
their
forward.
own bill of-
Okay, this is Nepal, the Himalayas, Mount Everest. Okay, just push forward. Push, push, push. Okay, just push. I'll just. Okay, this is Bhutan. This is the happiest people in the world. Bhutanese are the happiest people in the world. And the most peaceful country in the world. Okay, we'll go to that second phase. We don't really have time for those. Okay. Okay, yeah, the second phase. Okay. Okay, why I need help. Let me just explain first. I always work in the grassroots level in the union as president of the conference or as a union secretary, as a department of the union for the past 36 years. Because I never play any of this computer or anything. I'm computer illiterate till today. I depend on my children and my wife and other people. That's it. And when it comes to PowerPoint, I have not presented a PowerPoint sermon any time in my life. It's okay. That's why I'm going to just push. Please push. Just push forward. This. Oh, it's not working. Okay, no problem. Okay, I'll put orally because I'm used to preaching without notes. I preach without notes. I conduct evangelistic series without notes. Okay, that's my style. Anyway, I can do that, I think. Okay, Southern Asia Division, comprised of 3 countries. Maldives is the 4th one with a population of hardly less than 200,000 people. And the population of Bhutan, it's a Himalayan kingdom with a Buddhist nation, and their population is, in Indian term we said 7.5 lakhs. That means 750,000 people only, the happiest nation in the world, and the most peaceful state in the world. And India and Nepal is having about 33 million population today, and it's a Hindu kingdom, divided into Buddhist and Hindu segment, and Christians are very minority, and our presence is there with about 4,000 members, but we cannot have a permanent office set up yet, and we operate from Indian territories, as we did with the Bhutan, because we cannot have a official presence in that small kingdom, though we have work going on. And another instance is the country of India. Last time when I gave a report, if you line up the whole population of this earth, every 7th person is an Indian. Today the population is 1,233 million population, and our division is having 1,332 million, which is next to North Asian Pacific division's population. And the challenge is massive. And the Adventist population in Southern Asia comes up to today 1.57 million, out of which we have 7 unions, and through attached division field, which is Bhutan and Nepal. And when it comes to our monitoring and promotion work, India has still a little easier time when it comes to promotion of religious activities and other things. But the giving pattern in India from unit to unit, from union to union is completely different, because we have such place where there is a very intense Hindu background Christianity. And on the other side, in my home territory, it's purely a Christian community with Christian states. We hardly find Christian state around the world, but you have, in my home union, we have 3 states that is having more than 87% of Christian in the state population, mostly Protestants. And it varies. That's why, as I moved into the division office, I was struggling with it. Now, the GDP of India and the GDP of USA is 18 times difference. The difference of the GDP of USA comparing to India is 18 times. But when it comes to the giving of the Indian population, Indian Adventist against the GDP, it's sad to say that we are still in the bottom number 13 all the time. The thing is, see, our Southern Asia division, our per capita is only $4.3. And half of our division Adventist population is in one of the union only, which is 50% of our division population is in one union. And that tight per capita, the past year was $1.2, a little over $1. Whereas one of the union that is doing better is having about $40. And remind you about the exchange that is very poor again. And when it comes to our division percentage contribution to the General Conference budget is less than 1%. That's what we know. But now the challenge is how to do and how to go about. That is my, and I visit all the unions the past years and meet with the union officers and all the directors, all the 7 unions having 2 days of seminar each. And I was trying to get through with them by using Bible, Council on Stewardship, and the other resource that is available. We have most of the resource that is available here, even our stewardship office. But India is again having 2 language in the parliament, that is Hindi and English. But when it comes to the national official language, we have 23 official language. And there are smaller language and dialect, which account to more than 2,000. More than 2,000. Okay. Then I said, how to go about it? And finally, I was trying to negotiate with many people. All the photographs that is then we cannot play, I'm sorry. So I said to the division officers, at least give me permission to conduct at least two meetings this year in every union. Because my annual budget for promotion is only 1 lakh rupees, which is about $3,000. For the whole year, I have to adjust myself with that. And I said, give me permission so that I'll negotiate with the union, so that they'll give me at least some shelter in some places, so that we can conduct meetings. And we tried. Because as I tried the past many years in my home union, which is doing all right. And ready to become a union conference, and the rest of the unions are far off from that. And I said, let me try to introduce the pattern that I practiced many years ago, till to date. But when I found it, all this union doesn't have a church manual in their local language after 120 years. Not to say council on stewardship. Because we move with languages, we are blessed with many languages. And that was the burden I have. I'm still struggling with it. And when it comes to all this, because I usually ask a ministerial secretaries for sometimes, I conduct my meeting with minister's handbook and gospel workers in hand, chapter by chapter. When I was a church ministries director, I conduct meetings with church manual chapter by chapter and elders handbook, all the 8 chapters within 2 days. Like that, I move with books and contact, and I thought I'll be able to do with that. And my challenge again is, I said, we have many pastors in the field, we have people, but my pattern in my union is we run church without pastor. We utilize local lay leaders as church pastor. And all the full-time employed pastors are in the front line to plant churches. That's how we practice. But it is opposite in the other part where I'm serving as a division man. And when it comes to this, I still have a burden. And that's why I said, we have to start from the beginning and see what we can do. Now, the program that we are launching is, we are going to start with many things from the grassroots, plus I'm working with all the union presidents and other people. And now I'm starting training local church elder, local church treasurer, and local church pastors with this. And a few months, we started with few places, having rounds of talk, 2 full days meeting, just to emphasize on this, and say, let's work together. And maybe within a year or time, we'll remove the church pastor, and the elder will take over, and the pastor will move for church planting. And let us move forward, because I believe in 3 points. The measurable indicator that I have in mind for this stewardship is, number 1, church attendance.
Sorry, Pastor.
Okay.
We need to stop now. Sorry.
Okay, church attendance, let me finish first.
Yeah.
Church attendance. And number 2 is the response of the lay member. We have to see that. And number 3, tithe reports is the last and the number 3. That's I found. And the spiritual connection of a person is more important than anything else. That's why I said, we'll not talk about money. We'll not talk about money because we are branded as promoters. Let the treasury people do that, I said. We're going to raise up, and nurturing the church is the primary objective of stewardship ministry. That's what I said. And we're starting, and you have to pray for my division so that we'll move onward and forward. Okay. Actually, thank you for that.